Hello, my name is Jeremy Hayer. Welcome to today's video, Amplify Advocacy. I am a youth engagement coordinator with the Span Parent Advocacy Network, and today I am joined by Nathan Markley. And Nathan, I'll just let you introduce yourself. So go ahead.
Hello, gentlemen. Thank you for having me on. My name is Nathan Markley. I'm the IT specialist and also the youth coordinator here at RIPIN. I'm also uh, I'm also a podcaster too myself.
Oh, okay. So my first question for you is, what were some challenges in your journey to becoming an advocate?
Um, Good question. I think the first that comes to mind is me not being as social. Like I don't like talking to people a lot. It may not seem like it. Uh, However, I found a way for me to be social, would get me out of the comfort zone and talk to people and just speaking up for myself is podcasting. And like when I have a microphone with me or my camera, I feel I'm more social and more involved in the community and I'm able to speak up more.
Okay. Just real quick, would you say that being in front of a camera makes you more, um, I guess, more open or sociable towards people?
Yeah, being in front of the camera, it's really weird how that works. Like I remember we did um, a panel discussion in August at the OSAP conference, and there was like hundreds of people there. And that was kind of nerve-wracking because it's my first time speaking publicly, but I've always spoken to people, but it was just to my camera first.
Mhm.
And even though I was focused on one table, I I there was a camera in the back of the room, so I was kind of focusing on the camera, look at the camera to help me um, be more comfortable. It's interesting the tools you find to help you navigate life and do what you need to do.
I imagine that's really interesting, and I also imagine that being in front of a camera, especially on a scale like that for the first time, would be at least a little bit nerve-wracking.
Mm, yeah, it can be.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, as an introvert who normally is terrified of large public speaking, that's good to know. Okay. So I guess we could just jump straight to the next question, which is, excuse me, who has supported you in sharing your story, and how have they done so?
I have to give credit to my work, Ripon. I started in high school, and even then, when I first started, I wasn't talking to a lot of people, my coworkers, but because I started as a IT assistant, I had to talk to people, and as I got more and more comfortable talking to people, I found a way to talk to people, and it got me used to talking to people. And now I kind of welcome talking and advocating for myself, and maybe helping others advocate for themselves too. And it's weird. When I was in high school, I had a different path. I didn't. I was gonna go into audio and video production a little bit, but somehow the universe led me down the path I'm on now, which is in doing IT stuff. And I feel like the universe knew I needed to be where I am, because around about 4 years ago, I started doing work with right in the youth leadership stuff, and I really kind of like doing it. I enjoy being um, that mentor, that advocate for someone and people, and I enjoy learning and meeting new people, and also speaking like we're doing today. It's really interesting how things change when you thought you might do something, but then you end up doing something else, and you find a new interest that, oh, this is something I never thought I'd be doing.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. I guess just as a quick follow-up, how long have you been with Ripon altogether?
Yeah, so I've been at RIPIN for since 2010, so 14 years.
14 years. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. For comparison, I've been off and on with the Span Advocacy Network for almost 5 years, but I've only been full
Mm.
time with them for about 3 months now.
Yeah.
So yeah, 14
Yeah.
years is quite
I've
impressive.
been working at RIPIN part-time for like 12 years and 12, 13 years, and I just started getting full-time um just a year ago because during while I was working, I was going to school. College was just great to be able to work part time and go to school part time, and that's one of the things I like about what I was doing and where I worked is because um, I was able to work around my school schedule for my work schedule. So yeah, and I realized another thing I want to mention is when I was because I was working at WIPE and I was talking to so many people and had opportunities to do that. I also took that and was able to. I was the president of a club at college called the Amateur Radio Club, Ham Radio, and then I was on a radio station club at Roger Williams University, and on the executive board there as a webmaster. So and training other members of the club too. So kind of all goes to hand in hand, I guess.
It's quite interesting.
Mm.
Okay, let's go into the next question. Can you, if you're comfortable, can you share some of your accomplishments?
Let's see. I think the biggest accomplishment for me is finally getting my bachelor's degree, graduating after so long. And it took me a while because I was doing part time, but that's okay. You know, you find what you need to do. And being able to finally have that piece of paper in hand and say, I accomplished this, and now I can sit back and relax and focus on my career or the rest of my life. I think that's the biggest one.
And when did you get your bachelor's degree?
So I graduated from Roger Williams University in December 2020.
Oh, okay. So you said this was in December 2020.
Yeah.
So did COVID-19 perhaps impact that in any degree?
Um, Not really. One of the things I liked about Roger Williams University, the University College here in Providence, Rhode Island, is it's mostly already online or hybrid classes. So I was always doing classes online. However, there was like a few classes, I think two or three I had to take that I had to take, and they were only in person. But because of COVID, I was able to take it from home. And I think if I wasn't for it, I probably would try to see if I could take another class so I wouldn't have to go in person.
Yeah. I think a lot of us, a lot of college students, can definitely relate to that since it was such a it was basically a time where it wasn't even on a large scale, but it was school by school. We're basically figuring out, okay, how do we do this? Do we just switch all to hybrid classes? Do we just
Mm,
try to still have in-person classes, but with certain restrictions? But I'm glad to hear that that didn't, despite all that, it didn't stop you from achieving your bachelor's degree.
yeah.
Just really quick, you probably said it already, but just for clarification, your bachelor's degree was in what major?
So I majored in cybersecurity.
Cybersecurity. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's just jump to the next question. Um, Sorry, my computer was having giving me an issue. Okay, so my next question for you is why is the inclusion of individuals with disabilities important?
Hmm. So that's a good question. I think it's important for everyone to have a voice in saying what. Um, no, I'm gonna do that again. Sorry. I think it's important for everyone to have a voice in saying how they want to live life and how things should be or should not, what works and what doesn't work. Um, and asking people, just even if they don't have a disability, just asking anyone in society what works for them, what doesn't work for them, how they do something, do they need anything special to help them be successful in life is a good thing. And especially, when we look back in history, how society always treated people with disabilities, it was different. So it was like they tell them what to do, but I think really they need to, now we're getting to a point where the people with disabilities need to be at the table and voice. It's like, this is not working, this is how I feel. And it gets, when you are part of something, that's one of the things I like doing this stuff I do, is I feel a sense of accomplishment. I see like I achieved something uh, in that time, in that moment.
So I'm just going to go straight to the next follow-up question there.
Yes, I do think it's important for others to share their experiences because one thing, you get to share what you've done and what works best for you and what didn't work, and other people can learn from those. And you may say something to someone and that person say, "Oh, I never thought about doing this. Maybe I should try it." Or they may also say, "Have you tried doing this instead of this?" Right? You kind of have that open conversation with people as when you share your experience.
Okay. And for just another question here.
Hmm.
For anyone that is perhaps uncomfortable with sharing their accomplishments or sharing their disclosing their disability, for example, or anything else like that, um, what do you think would be a good way for getting individuals like that to open up, either as someone who's helping an individual to open up, or even from the perspective of that individual themselves? Like, what's a good way to kind of get people to be more open about sharing their stories and their accomplishments?
Hmm. I think the best way to get started is talk to someone you're already comfortable with and have that conversation. Pretend um, you want to tell that person you cover whatever you want to tell them, whatever you want to share, and then move on to another person. And then maybe if that person has a friend, uh, you can have a conversation with that person's friend, and eventually you get comfortable of talking to other people and sharing, open up and being able to share your story, advocate for yourself when it comes time to it. So start with people you already know and build on that.
Okay. So definitely try to reach out to people you're familiar with.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd just like to quickly go back to a question we had previously where we
Mm,
were talking about you mentioned you do podcasting.
mm,
I know podcasting is becoming increasingly a more common way of creating content and also sharing stories, not just within our networks, but on the internet basically as a whole. Um, for someone who wants to maybe begin a podcast about any topic, really, yeah, aside from just getting like the recording software and things like that, what's a good way to kind of start podcasting, to find something that you're interested in talking about? What's a good way to begin that?
Um, Good question. So it's very easy to start a podcast nowadays because everyone has a phone in the pocket, a device that's able to record audio or video. So you can just pick up your phone and open up either the voice memo note or the voice recorder app that comes pre-installed on your phone. I think every phone has it, either Android or iOS, and you can start talking about, really just start talking about what you like to do. Maybe talk about your day, um, what happened, or maybe you have an interest. Maybe you like talking about baseball cards. Maybe you have like collecting baseball cards, sorry, or maybe you like playing a certain game or a sport. Just start having a conversation and talk about that. And I think eventually there is an audience for it, and then there's websites out there that you're able to host it for little, no cost or very little cost too, and people will find it. You know, if you share it amongst your friends and family, and they share it, and uh, pretty soon you may have something there. But pretty much to but pretty much just start. No, sorry. But pretty much just talk about something you're into, your interest,
Okay.
and and also maybe if you listen to other podcasts and maybe there's already a topic that you like or interest you like that's out there for the podcast, but maybe like, you know what, I could add this. I could talk about this topic. Maybe can have like an alternative way of talking about it. Put your point of view on that interest or topic. You can go that route too.
Well, thank you for answering that. And I know you're a busy guy, so I'm not going to take up too much of your time. So, before we leave for today, do you want to maybe, I guess, plug the podcast? Do you have anything else that you want to quickly shout out or
Sure.
discuss before we wrap up?
Sure. So, for I guess first I can start. If people want to learn more about RIPIN, they can visit their website at ripin.org. That's RIPIN.org. And there you can see all the services RIPIN offers to Rhode Islanders, from special education, healthcare, health insurance, and healthy aging. But if you want to learn about me and learn about what I do, read my bio more, or links to my podcast, you can visit my website, which is nathanmarkley.net. And that's NathanMarkley.net. nathanmarkley.net.
Fantastic. Well, I'll make sure that the editor, whoever that may be, spoiler, it's me, I'll make sure that we have all of that linked in the description for YouTube and on the youth chat and wherever else shared. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Nathan. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your questions. And I want to thank all of you out there listening so much. I've been Jeremy Hayer, and I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their day.
Thank you, Jeremy, for having me on today.
Of
It's been
course.
great.
All right. Bye, everyone.